fact, BK and I both have been through many different trainings, and we call ourselves smoothies. Like if you make a smoothie at home and you throw yogurt in and ice in and bananas and strawberries and blueberries and you mix it all up, you can't take any one thing out after it's all mixed together. Well, we've been through this training and this training and this training, and Jesus downloaded, and so he mixed it all up. So I don't do any one thing purely except this. Number one tool is the Holy Spirit. And if you don't use him in all this is an idol. So Dr. Wardle says that we've all been wounded in our lives. When that happens, it leads to the inner core lies that we believe about ourselves. And I'm going to explain this. Which then leads to the emotional upheaval that we experience, which then leads to the dysfunctional behavior that we exhibit that comes out in current day life situations. For example, well, let me talk about this a little bit. The wounds are the heart hurts that we sustain through our lives. The lies sound like this. Let me do it this way. Let me switch it up. If you think of a little 4-year-old boy or little girl whose daddy walked out on them, that's the wound. Okay? If that happens, some of the inner core lies, one of the lies is not going to be, my daddy didn't love me, because either maybe daddy didn't or maybe daddy loved as well as he knew how to love. But if they believe on the inside that daddy didn't love them, then what are they going to believe about themselves? I'm unlovable. Something's wrong with me. I can't trust anybody. I'm going to be unprotected and not safe. And if that's in place, then this is a sure thing. And some of the emotional upheaval they might experience would be fear, anger, contempt for themselves, self-hatred because they feel unlovable, abandonment, numb, depression. Some dysfunctional behavior could be because pain. Yeah, let's put that in here. This is the pain. Whoops. Yeah, thanks. Catching me there. The pain tank. That's where the pain comes. Pain always, 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 always seeks comfort in some way. And that then becomes the dysfunctional behavior. Drugs, alcohol, food, sex, shopping. I had a friend who would do this thing with shopping. She would go out and buy all this stuff, and then the next thing she'd do is she'd tell me, I took it all back. And she'd tell me that repeatedly, and all of a sudden the Lord downloaded this to me. I said, is that like binging and purging? And she went, oh. But pain always seeks comfort. And so the dysfunctional behavior could be inordinate amounts of sleep to escape. Watching all those love stories. The love story is not bad, but if I'm watching all of them to get my love tank filled, it's a counterfeit. Sometimes you can go into achievement, performance. That's a dysfunctional behavior. Unhealthy relationships. I was there. Control. Self-protection, either a shield or a sword. And I want to tell you what this looks like. We love Ken and Sandy, Debbie's mom and dad. And let's say I want to get close to Sandy. I really want her to be my friend. And so she comes to get close, and I go, oh, do you ever feel that when somebody invades your space and you just kind of want to back up a little bit? And so I put the invisible stop sign up. And if she doesn't stop, doesn't see that, and she keeps coming because I said I wanted to be close, then I pull out my sword. I will do something to make her mad so she goes away. Okay? So people-pleasing, withdrawal, all of that can be under the dysfunctional behavior. which would come out in a current day life situation: marriage, family, work, neighbors, friendships, relationships to authority, church. And I'll tell you what, this dysfunctional behavior is a problem, but it is not the problem. This is just a symptom of these things. He went on to say that the church, and he was not saying this critically or condemningly at all, but he said the church typically has dealt with here up. And he said, they say, just don't do it. Just don't do the sex before marriage. Just don't do the drugs. Just don't do the alcohol. Just don't do all that. And you know what? Please, don't just do that, because I know that's bad for you. But if that's all you focus on, you might give up the drugs because they're illegal. But until you get rid of the root, we call this the fruit. If you trace the fruit to the root, until you get rid of the root. Ooh, say that 3 times real fast. Rid of the root. Let me show it to you this way. If my finger is a weed, I can cut that baby green with the rest of the grass, but what's going to grow back? A weed, because I haven't dug out the root. So we don't want just to manage this. We want to annihilate it. And you do that by this. I went for physical therapy a few years ago, and I had pain right here. And I told them I had pain right here. You know, they never touched there. They touched here, because the problem wasn't the problem. This is just where it manifested. Let me tell you, when they hit the root, I knew it. And then the fruit changed. So we're fruit to root people. And also I wanted to say, here in the current day life situations, many times, and just because we had talked about molestation, many times with molestation in the current day marriage, you'll find, I don't know, it just feels yucky in bed. It's just as dirty. Well, you know what? You can change partners all you want, because this is just where it's showing up. Until you get to this, not much is going to change. You can grit your teeth and bear it, grin and bear it. No, talk yourself blue in the face that, I know, that's right. I know he loves me. I know it's good. I know it's pure. I know it's, but you know what? It still feels creepy until you get that root taken care of.